All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time coming. UFC is finally back. Depression is cured. Life is back to normal, and the world is finally settled in its right place. We have fights because not only was it UFC on break, it was boxing on break. I know some of y'all don't like boxing too. I like both, brother. I like both, and it's been a damn slump for both of them. They had a couple boxing fights going, but nothing major. But now we getting UFC 324 this week. We getting UFC 325 next week, and we getting Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. We are eating good to cap this year off. So I'm hoping Paramount Plus is going to kick us off to a great year of UFC that I'm so excited about because we've had, a couple decent years back to back. But like I always tell y'all, to me, somebody that's been a fan for over 10 years now, I still hold the 2014 to 2018 era near and dear to me as the peak. Maybe we can get back to the peak. Maybe we can reach that level again with this new Paramount structure and the new effort that they're going to put into now that they're on Paramount, hopefully. I don't know if Dana's going to put effort in, but maybe Paramount will put effort in. God, I hope so. We got Gaethje versus Pimblett. Not the most stacked card, not as stacked as, some people hoped it would be. But I think it's a damn good card. We lost that on the co-main event, and I still think it's very solid. And it's going to be, matchups that are going to bring exciting fights. Even if you don't love the main event, as far as being an interim fight and maybe not being the two people that you wanted to see next up for Ilya. But I think it's going to be entertainment value off the charts. We're going to start at the bottom, work our way up to the main event because obviously I'm going to have the most to say about the main event. Gaethje versus Paddy. Got a lot to say about that one, but we're going to start out at the bottom here. Start out with the early prelims. Adam Fuggett versus Ty Miller, plus 350 odds. I'm going to be very honest. If you want to maybe throw a flyer on, Fuggett, plus 350. Now, I'm not doing it. I'm taking Ty Miller. But it's plus 350 odds, guys. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Moving on. Ricky Tercios, Ultimate Fighter veteran versus Cameron Smotherman, Jesus Christ. Told y'all it's been way too long. I like Tercios. I'm probably going to stick with Smotherman in this one, though. Hokett versus Denzel Freeman. Two fat heavyweights. Denzel Freeman's good, though. I think Denzel Freeman. I'm capping. I don't give a fuck about this fight. I don't care who wins. Michael Johnson versus Hernandez. This is a fight where we've forgiven Hernandez for the way he disrespected Cowboy. He learned his lesson for that. But it still kind of lingers in my mind that seeing him getting humbled just makes me happy. But like that fight against Cowboy was one of the most satisfying victories I've seen in a long time. So seeing him get humbled by an OG again would be very funny, even though he's not really being that cocky anymore. I don't know what it is. He just has, kind of a, I don't know. He has like a Disney Channel movie jock face, punchable face. So, if Michael Johnson pulled this off, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think he is. I'm very surprised the odds are this close. Maybe a lot of people think that the OGs just got a leg up on old Hernandez, but he's been solid. He's been better lately. He's gotten the UFC so young, so he still has a lot of time to develop. I think he'll win this fight. I think he'll dominate, probably by decision. And Michael Johnson does have that amazing speed still at his age, but give me Hernandez, unless he gets caught, because he is known to get caught on occasion. But Neil Dariush knocked him out. Obviously, Cowboy walked through him, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go with Alexander Hernandez. Then we got Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Alex Perez is the guy that, if everyone remembers, got standing guillotined by Figgy, and then his career has never been on that same trajectory since. It's been up and down, loss, wins, no consistent streaks really going on since then, and now he sits at number 11. Still holding on to that ranked title, but it's flyweight, so, Not the most stacked division, but it's definitely getting better. I think he'll lose this fight. I'll be honest. I've seen this dude get standing guillotine so many times. Um, when that's such a strange submission that people usually don't get caught in first MMA and second MMA of this high level. So I think Charles Johnson wins. I think it'll actually be more with striking. Give me energy. I'll say TKO actually. Give me Charles Johnson by TKO here. Let's move on to the regular prelims. We got Nikita Krylov versus Bukauskas. Give me Modestas here. Nikita Krylov is a little long in the tooth. We saw him get slept by Dominic Reyes last year. I was there live for that fight. Cool moment for Reyes, but short-lived after what we saw what happened with him. Don't even want to bring it up, but Bukauskas is going to slide on him, and Lithuania gets a win over Russia. Now this is where it really gets juicy here. This is when it gets good. This is where, if you want to take some bathroom breaks, I recommend you get them done by here. Because this is when it gets good. We got Atiba Gaethje versus Andre Pulayev. Now, these odds are crazy. I'm a little bit shocked that Umar has wider odds against a former champion than Gaethje against Pulayev, who's good, but not as proven by Figgy. But I guess that shows that people think Figgy may be done. But let's start here first. Give me Gaethje, bro. I think it will be a little bit more challenging. Pulayev is going to be, a pretty big middleweight. With Gaethje, he's not going to be like hulking over him like he's looked like in some of these other fights. Pulayev is 6'4". Pulayev has almost an 80-inch reach. So I don't think it's going to be, as much of a mugging as some of these other fights. But this dude is just next level powerful, next level athleticism. And I think he puts a hurting on this Pulayev guy. Give me Gaethje by knockout. Maybe second round. Maybe he makes it out the first round. But Gaethje eventually gets to him. Just the pure strength, the pure will, the pure, God-given everything that he has. Give me Gaethje. And then Umar versus Davison Figueiredo. I think as we move on this card, we're going to see a couple fights that there's a guy that has, underdog odds that we once had so much promise in, but it seems like this might almost be it. Seems like that's the way for Figgy. Seems like that might be the way for Derek Lewis, maybe for Rose, maybe for Gaethje, all of them being underdogs on this card. Seems like people aren't sure what they really still have left. And I have to give my hat off to Figgy, because me personally, I never thought that his bantamweight run would be even as successful as it has been. I always looked at him at flyweight as, he was the flyweight that actually had one-punch knockout power that would walk people down and just sleep them like it was nothing. It was crazy. He was so big for the weight class. What he did to Benavidez twice, I'm like, good God, this dude is powerful. But then I'm like, he's going to move up to bantamweight. I don't think he's going to be able to just one-punch people at bantamweight the way he did at flyweight. And some of these fights where he just walked people down and knocked them out, he didn't really do no type of technique or use no type of skill with it. He would just kind of bully people. And I'm like, he's not going to be able to bully people at bantamweight, and I don't know how skilled he really is because he doesn't really need it in some of these fights. But damn, he's shown that he is very well-rounded and very skilled at bantamweight. Made a decent run at a title. Didn't end up getting a title shot, but he got very close. But I think this is where the buck hits the road. Is that the saying? I don't know. I'm stupid. I'm an MMA fan. I'm a boxing fan. I got a WWE sweater on, hoodie on. Come on, bro. Don't expect me to know everything. Not the sharpest tool in the shed, but give me Umar here. Probably by submission. Probably in the second round. Umar Nurmagomedov, masterclass. And maybe he's next for Peter Yan. I don't know if I know he deserves the immediate rematch, but who knows if they're going to do that for Merab. I know the whole theme that some people put behind the reason he lost is that he was overworked. So him jumping right back into a rematch may not be the smartest thing. Jumping right back into a trilogy, maybe he lets Umar get the first shot and then makes his comeback. I think Umar versus Peter Yan will be a very, very interesting fight. And then we got Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. This might be fight of the night here. This is going to be a very exciting fight. I went back and watched Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez recently, and man, I forgot how much he was landing at will on Lopez, like hard, nasty shots before he got caught. Yeah, he got taken down in the first round and dominated on the ground. I think that will be something that Arnold Allen should take away from that. That maybe he should, mix it up a little bit here, because on the ground he did look a little bit clueless and he was getting teed off on by Lopez. But I think if it stays standing, Gene Silva's striking is just so dynamic. He has so many weapons. He's so creative. He's so unpredictable. I honestly expect a John Silva win here. I don't know if he finishes Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen's so damn tough, but I think he'll probably style on him on the feet. Arnold Allen maybe, lands some stuff, has some moments, mixes in some grappling or something, but I don't see it. I don't think it's enough. I don't think he has enough of arsenal to deal with what John Silva throws out there. So yeah, give me John Silva by decision. Moving on, we got Rose versus Natalia Silva. Minus 400 odds, man. Plus 300 for Rose. If you want to throw some change, hedge a little bit here. Plus 300 odds for Rose. I'm never believing plus 300 odds for Rose. Never. 300? We've seen how great Rose is. She's a Hall of Famer. She's a Hall of Famer. She's beat the elite of the elite. She still beat some elite people very recently. And she's never looked fully washed. She's never been ran through. She's never been, never really had an off night. I mean, besides the awful title fight where her and I don't even want to fucking think about that fight, but where they wouldn't even touch each other or throw punches. That's the only worst night of her career. Besides that, Rose always comes to fight. Rose always has entertaining, stylistic, technical striking matches. I'm going to throw a flyer on Rose here, plus 300, just because why not? But I think Silva probably will win. Man, fuck these fair weather predictions, bro. Give me Rose. I don't give a fuck. What is this probably shit, bro? Come on. People don't come here for probably predictions, right? Give me Rose. Give me Rose. You know what? Fuck it. Give me Derek Lewis too. I'm going with the OGs. Give me Derek Lewis. The pants are coming off. A knockout is happening very early. Swanging and banging. I don't think that any heavyweight fight with two guys like this should have this wide of odds. Plus 250 and minus 334. I don't think there should ever be that wide of odds in a Derek Lewis fight, because he's never out of it, because it's really about who's going to land first. Unless he's fighting a straight up grappler like DC that's just going to take him down, he always has a puncher's chance. It's always a 50-50 fight if you're striking with Derek Lewis. Give me Derek Lewis. With those odds, give me Derek Lewis all day. Give me Sean O'Malley here. Song Yadong, Sean O'Malley. I think this is a great matchup. I think Song Yadong has, improved a lot recently, because initially I wasn't that impressed with him. I thought Cheeto Vera beat him a couple years back, and he had a couple, close but not great fights with some people like Sandhagen, and I was never a lot of people give him a lot of credit as like a, former challenge for a title, former champion or future champion, future, top guy in the division. And I just don't see it. I don't see anything special in him. Well, I do see, obviously you have to be a special talent to be in the UFC, but when it comes to, comparatively speaking, to the top cream of the crop in this division, I just don't see him breaking past the top 5 level. And I definitely don't see him getting past O'Malley here. I think O'Malley styles on him in the striking. He can definitely catch Sean. Sean, a lot, obviously we know fights with his hands down at times. He can get caught with his chin in the air. He can get hit. We've seen him rocked against Peter Yan. We've seen him rocked, obviously, in the first Cheeto fight when he, hurt himself and then got elbowed to oblivion. Even in the second Cheeto fight when Cheeto landed that body, even after he got completely outclassed, that body shot in the 5th round. We've seen he can be vulnerable, but in this fight, I think O'Malley, should be able to cruise to a decision victory here. Give me O'Malley here. And then the main event. Oh, Paddy, stop it. Scousers never get knocked out. I beg to differ. Darren Till begs to differ. And I believe in this fight, we may see a little bit of the old Gaethje. The not so technical, the not so patient, the guy that's going to bring the fight to you, controlled chaos. That is the Gaethje we need to see in this fight because, like I said, I don't believe that Scousers don't get knocked out, but I do believe that a Scouser won't back down from a brawl. And I think Justin has to make it dirty, has to make it a brawl, has to make it a pissing contest where Paddy is really, having to go strike for strike with him in certain moments and feels like he has to get moments back in the striking to, earn respect from Justin. And I think that's when Justin will be able to really hurt him. He'll be able to open him up with leg kicks and I think hurt him on the feet late. When I say late, I mean 2nd, 3rd round. A lot of people think this fight is going to be over very fast. It's going to either be a quick Justin knockout or a quick Paddy submission. And I can see that either way. Like I said, with Justin Gaethje, he's a very exciting fighter. He's a wild fighter at times. I don't want to see him too wild like he was against Charles Oliveira, where he's falling over himself, throwing left hooks, and then he gets submitted because I could see him doing some wild shit where he throws a punch. He's winning. He's styling on Paddy on the feet. He's beating his ass on the feet. And then he overthrows a punch. Paddy lands on his back, jumps on his back, backpacks him, and then submits him. I could very well see that happen because, like I said, Justin Gaethje has wrestling, but Justin Gaethje doesn't have grappling. And the difference is Justin Gaethje can stop that first engagement of wrestling. He can sprawl. He can, wrestle out of positions. He can turn you. He can, reverse in wrestling exchanges. But when you start really chain wrestling, where you get him to his back or you get him in uncomfortable positions, you get to his back, it gets bad. It gets really bad. When it transitions from wrestling to more jiu-jitsu, Justin really gets in trouble. So if he's able to stop the grappling first level before it even gets to the chain wrestling, before it even gets to, get him in, just compromise positions. Because that's where he'll get in trouble. If he's able to stop the grappling on contact, sprawl, wrestle out, land knees, land uppercuts to dissuade Paddy from shooting, Justin wins this fight. Again, as I said, if Justin throws some wild shit, gets too wild, falls over himself, Paddy jumps on his back and submits him in the first round, I would not be surprised. But I am leaning towards Justin Gaethje systematically breaking Paddy down with controlled violence. We've seen Paddy fights with his chin in the air. He said he's willing to strike. He gets hit with left hooks all the damn time. Look at the Jared Gordon fight. Look at his UFC debut where he got rocked and dropped. Even look at the Tony Ferguson fight. Tony had some moments on the feet. Tony had some moments. A washed Tony. My God, I watched Tony. Had some moments late where Paddy was getting tired. I think that's where Justin will be able to really hurt him in that 2nd, 3rd round where he puts some damage on him. He shows him that you're not going to be able to just take me down at will and submit me. I'm going to land some leg kicks on you. I'm going to land some hard strikes on you. Maybe go to the body a little bit. And I think Justin hurts him. I think Justin plays spoiler yet again. The same way he played spoiler to the Habib versus Tony Ferguson fight, I think Gaethje comes and plays spoiler to the Paddy Ilya fight, gets his title shot, probably loses to Ilya in an epic fashion. I'm sorry. Gaethje's one of my favorite fighters, not just right now of all time, but my God, Ilya is nasty. But um, yeah, give me Gaethje TKO in the third round. IB. We'll be here live streaming if you need a way to watch the fight.